Bon appetit to everyone who is eating. Good evening to the rest, friends. March 8th is getting closer with each day, with each minute. Therefore, we must prepare our wallets with you for someone to try to deceive you will be looking for your wallet. You don't need to upset him or her. You need to let him admire and enjoy your waist. So I won't leave you in trouble today. Of course, we will shape your waist with you, a thin waist, as it is called. Not a moose, from the word loo, not a moose, but a shaft, axis, thin, which means it is thin, very thin, if someone did not know. Why does it disappear in some people? Because we have a friend with you. The skeleton, the position of his bones depends on the state of the muscles, and the waist is formed by certain muscles. You see it here? This is the 12th rib it is, from this rib that a woman was created from one. This is the same rib from which his Adam came. But she has it again. Here it is also attached to it, the 12, and this is the distance between the 12th rib, let's call it a rib. And you, it can decrease with age, or it may not with age. That is, it is prone to decrease. What decreases it? This muscle, the square muscle of the loins. It is not quite square. Here you see it will not be square. It will ideally be another figure. Who understands geometry? This is this figure. What is it called? A square. And this is a parallelogram. This is a stretched rectangle. A rectangular muscle should actually be called a mistake of this, but no one will correct it already. Everyone has got used to calling it the square muscles of the loins, and it begins to shorten. This distance begins to decrease between the 12th rib and the subcostal bone. This is the subcostal bone and our pelvis. It begins to unfold back, inclined to such a turn. We need to turn it back to increase this distance. This is the first thing that needs to be done. And secondly, we need to pull the belly back again. For this, we need the abdominal oblique muscles even more. And today, friends, right before your eyes, what will I do? I will create a waistline right here at this spot right now where you see this stomach, and right here with the help of a tape measure. Now I will measure the distance from point A to point B on my stomach, and we will see initially how much it will be, so that you also saw. So, closer, well, move the screen closer. Well, taking into account the clothes, I will also measure in the same clothes at the end. It turned out to be 95. 90. If you pull it, it's 95. 95. Let there be a slight error. There is 95, write it down for yourself. I will remember it anyway. The response is 37.4 inches. This is our starting point. Now what we will do first with you to improve the tone of the stomach muscles, the front straight muscles of the stomach, the transverse muscles of the stomach, we will now with you relax the rectus abdominis muscle. Watch what I will do for this. The movement is very interesting for this. We take a roller in home conditions. It can simply be a pillow that you sit on, that you lie on, it doesn't matter. We will put our buttocks on this pillow with you. We will raise our waist. And with this point, where your fifth lumbar vertebra is located, it's sharp process or the fourth, it doesn't matter. You will try to reach the floor with this place, like this, there, and at the same time, your pelvis will be turning, the stomach muscles come into tone. And now we look at a live person, not his skeleton. How it is done, we will remove this meter, the same one. Look, I put it here, so that later they did not say that I measured with another meter. So you have such a difference in centimeters. I will not deceive. So look, as I said, I put my buttocks under, and now with my fifth lumbar vertebra, I strive to the floor. Here the legs are bent first. You do if it is too easy for you. You start to straighten your legs and also try to do this. And you need to start with bent. You need to make such movements. Make 10, reach the floor with the vertebra, put the flat waist on the floor. At the same time, if you put your hands on your stomach, you will feel how the stomach muscles tense up and make such 10 movements, then rest for 15-20 seconds and repeat another 10 times if it is too easy. Then try to straighten your legs. But over time, you also complicate this exercise by straightening your legs. First, you do two approaches in motion and one in static. Statically, you put your waist on the floor. Control the stomach muscles with your hands so that they are tense and hold this position for 20 seconds. What is the peculiarity of this exercise? The thing is that when the stomach muscles weaken, they start to participate in breathing involuntarily. When we just tensed your stomach with you, the stomach is tense. We start to participate in breathing more specifically, the quadratus lumbar muscle. Relax during inhalation, and also the ribs participate more. It's these back parts that start to participate more actively in breathing, and therefore our quadratus lumbar muscles start to relax. It's not so tense anymore. The load shifts to the stomach muscles. So this is the first stage. We have activated the rectus abdominis muscle with you, its lower part. Slightly turn the pelvis. Relax the quadratus muscle. What's next, friends? You want to know. And next, we will work with you over the oblique muscles of the abdomen. We will improve with you the mobility of the chest relative to the pelvis. Because those who do not have a waist, this mobility is weak or almost completely absent. You can conduct such a test when you make a turn in front of a mirror. Pay attention. Does your pelvis rotate with you or does it stay in place? Ideally, it should stay in place. Watch how to train. Take a stool, sit on it sideways, not as you are used to, but sideways like this, see? The wrong way to sit on a stool is called. Here, your legs are in front of you, and you yourself have taken the back of the stool with your hands and start to turn. And with this hand, you start to help yourself make a turn. And with this one, you start to help yourself make a turn as well. With both hands, you help to turn. And at the same time, you turn to the point of exhaustion but relaxed. But here is a peculiarity if you notice that the leg of this also starts to turn with you, to lean against the back of the stool what you are doing. There is such a trick. You take a roller, a ball, squeeze it between your legs like this, and do this. Turn turned. Here you can feel the tension between the ribs and the pelvis. The muscles of the abdomen can tense up, made a movement came to resistance held. For 5 seconds relaxed, held again and relaxed. And do 10 such turns to one side and of course to the other side maybe when you will be doing exercises. Maybe it may turn out that the turn to one side will be more free for you than to the other. It happens. If something creaked in the spine, there's no need to be afraid. This is just a joint that has not moved for a long time, made a movement, relaxed, turned a little with your hands, also relaxed. 10 repetitions, we do it to the other side. We help our spine to restore mobility. As many years as it moved well. For example, at the 15, we return to our spine. We rejuvenate. It turns out, yes. And so, friends, this was our second stage. The third stage is active mobility. We return active mobility to the spine. Here is such a roller. We take it. What do we do with it? We put it between our pelvis and the wall. So why did we do this? To fix the pelvis. And now we start to turn and we need to reach out with our hand to this roller. But we also turn the shoulder. Along with the hand to one side, we do this movement. Then to the other side, we do it. The movement here too. At first it will seem that to one side a more free turn will be obtained. The other side a little worse it may turn out. Do not worry, just do continue. And in 3-4 days, these turns they will become the same for you. More symmetrical. And then alternately to one side to the other side. To reach these places to one side to the other, also 10 times to one, 10 times the other, and then 10-15 times. Alternately this movement we do so, friends. You think everything? No. She is still waiting for the last control exercise, which will load our muscles even more powerful. It is done with the help of a special elastic band. Here is such a look. So look, friends, this is also a lack. This life hack life experience turns out how to fix it. Here is better not to tear it off by the handle, but here is here in this part of the door. So we tuck it in, and you can also make a knot on the other side so that it holds firmly. We open it at the level of the elbow. We need to fix the elastic band. We took it, we put our hand here. We tucked it in too. To the level of the elbow, we stand in such a way. We put our hand here and start to turn. With our hand, pull such a movement, we do the same. At the same time, we try to keep our pelvis in place. If we have a left hand, we put our left foot forward in such a way, the pelvis will be less for us to turn. There will be more load on the abdominal muscles. At the same time, the hand that we have in front turns out not to have to go here. It turns out to be turning with the backside forward. It is better and hold with the big finger forward or the back of the hand. You can sew forward in general to turn it. Is for the fact that your shoulder does not go forward excessively. The load went only on the abdominal muscles, and the same movement you do from the other side. So imagine during this exercise how you will receive flowers on March 8th. How you will rejoice, how you will have fun, dance with a new thin waist, other women will envy you, ask where you got such a thin waist. You will say, I watched Anton Alekseev's channel on YouTube. It comes out every Friday. I'm also subscribed. You should subscribe too. They would say, oh, of course, faster, 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 need to subscribe. Watch new videos, meanwhile, see what I do. I don't know yet what the result will be, friend. More. And so, friends, and I and all after all, not in vain. Watchka 91 almost what, Mr. Olympia? Minus some 4. Let 5 we round up to 5 minutes. The response is 1.9685 inches. For some counted minutes and friends who did with me in the comments, well, write how many centimeters you lost. Are you upset by this? Or on the contrary, pleased? Because these centimeters, they were with you, accompanied your life. It's like all yours, where it disappeared, unknown, went into the air or went there, spread throughout the body muscles, went. Well, friends, March 8 is approaching, which means we'll see each other soon. Until new broadcasts now. We're doing sports, writing likes, leaving comments, helping parents, until new broadcasts. Those who don't have a waist, also send it to friends. No, just send it to friends.